Welcome to Points of Light. One of the questions we get asked most often here is, what is crystal healing, first of all? And second of all, what are good healing stones? And my simple answer to that is usually that I feel all stones are healing stones. And so we're going to look at, what we have at Points of Light from the perspective of crystal healing and practical application of what we have here. So starting with these, which I lovingly call environmental pieces. I mean pieces that are very large, that would lend themselves to being in a garden or a sanctuary or a piece of land, and they're big enough that they have an energy that could really lend a whole healing quality and quality of serenity, I would say. And also energizing quartz is a very energizing crystal, from the macrocosm of these large pieces to smaller pieces that we'll be looking at. And we have a large selection of books for also answering that question, on your own time, so to speak, and reading what's been put out in the last 25 to 30 years about different ways to look at crystal healing. And there's three basic categories that I would say. One is the environmental pieces, the larger pieces, like these that we'll be looking at in a moment, that are really for kind of setting the tone of a space, setting the energy of a space. And things like amethyst that we looked at, and selenite is a great one for a healing space. Pyrite would bring energizing, to a space for sure. Amethyst is a very spiritual stone, given that it exemplifies that purple color. And quartz pieces like this, these golden healers, bring in, an energy that's really quite soft, a little bit softer than just a clear quartz. Then we have pieces like this that are both decorative and, energetic in terms of being super high quality rose quartz, something you could have that's artistic and yet it lends a healing quality, to your space. And then again, these large pieces that are just really amazing depictions of nature, whether they be, the raw natural piece or the polished, like the rose quartz. And these pieces, in this case, I would say size does matter, that these really do have a very strong impact on, the immediate environment in a healing way, because all crystals are made up of elements on the periodic table that bring different energetics when they're taken out of the ground and they're available to us to work with in this way. Quartz is obviously one of our specialties, which is really about focusing and clearing and energizing primarily, in any form, from the natural form to the polished pieces like the flames that really are cut in such a way that the energy flows almost like in a spiral. People ask, does this have any energetic meaning? And part of it is obviously aesthetic, but it also, I think, creates a bit of a spiral effect. So again, very energizing for the environment. And then quartz, in all different shapes and sizes, is definitely one of the primary stones in crystal healing from a lot of different perspectives, which we'll talk about more on this tour. Then we have crystal healing bowls, or crystal singing bowls, and they are healing bowls in that they all ring a very true tone of the harmonic scale. And we also have quartz with gold and platinum, bronze, silver, as well as vanadium, and then rose quartz, smoky quartz, and amethyst combined with quartz. So there's a whole range of these, and on a practical level, crystal bowls are some of the most quickly clearing of a space, either a room or, a meditation space, and also of ourselves, because they affect our energy in a very strong way when you ring these notes with the crystal being the amplifier of those notes. So these are incredible healing devices. Then we have here another aspect of the environmental crystal perspective, is there's a lot of stones that are good for clearing electromagnetic pollution, and this is one of the ones that's come on that's new. It's called shungite, And in the different shapes, it's good to put near computers or anywhere that you have a lot of electromagnetic activity, and it basically harmonizes your environment from, cell phone, all the electrical devices that we have now in our lives. It can help to augment that, and there's even books that talk about this subject at this point. So we're sort of talking so far about the environmental, the clearing for meditation, which then opens up the whole rest of the mineral kingdom. If you're sensitive to energy, a lot of people can feel different things from different stones, different energies from different colored stones, and then there's also a whole aspect of crystal healing that has to do with consciousness and sort of tuning into, let's say, the higher spiritual dimension. And these are stones that are talked about in the Book of Stones and Stones of the New Consciousness. We specialize in a lot of the more unusual, rare, and esoteric stones that a lot of people find are amazing for energy work, for spiritual development, and also all kinds of healing work. And sort of at the top of the food chain of the high-frequency healing stones are stones like phenakite and moldavite, which we also specialize in, that seem to have both a very physical effect on people in terms of what they notice, as well as a spiritual one. And then, of course, the age-old way of working with stones is wearing them. So we have various forms of crystal that you can wear that offers a different way. A way to have something on your body, for throughout your day, different than just putting a small stone in your pocket. So then we have another aspect of crystal healing is the laying on, the physical aspect of stones that also has an energetic piece, and these are cabochons, which are traditionally made for setting in jewelry like we were just looking at, but they can also be used for laying on the body, on the chakra points, on the meridian points, and or wherever you intuitively are guided to actually lay them on your body, because the physical contact can be important in the healing effect. And then we have more jewelry that have some specific functions, like the Star of David pendants, which are a very specific cut of quartz that depicts a six-pointed star when looked at, head on. And these are said to be very protective of your own, energy field, especially for those who are really sensitive to, a lot of the chaotic energy that is in the world, or if you travel a lot or live in a large city. It's a way to sort of, keep yourself clear. And quartz pendants also are very well known for just aiding your general well-being. And then here we have, again, just a whole other range of crystals, including amethyst, amethyst points, great both for meditation and for, your environment. So they can sort of serve a dual purpose, things of this size. And then larger pieces like spheres and the flames all also bring a very concentrated healing energy with their own qualities, like rose quartz. And then calcite is another, lingams, which are from India, which are excellent for meditation as well. And then here we have, going into our more meditation pieces, the Platonic Solids, which are basically depictions of the 5 shapes that inform all of creation, but cut out of quartz. So this is a unique way to be able to work with these fundamental shapes. And even though, yes, you're just looking at a shape, you're also holding quartz, which is energizing that shape. Then we also have Vogel crystals, which are healing wands. When people ask for healing wands, we usually show them these, which are some of the highest quality healing wands made today. They're hand cut out of clear quartz in everywhere from 4 sides to 24 sides. And they're some of the most amazing tools in terms of transmitting energy. I look at them as like handheld lasers, of being able to take your own consciousness and healing intention and send that to someone, either long distance or in a healing session and or to meditate with, they're pretty much as good as it gets. Then we have all of these meditation and healing pieces created by Lawrence Stoller, who is a very intuitive gemstone cutter who cuts these pieces either for massage, like this piece right here, the Rutilated Quartz. It has a point and you can hold it, and it really just is an excellent way to use it as an extension of your own, energy field and intention. And spheres are also great for meditating with. I often say that spheres are more radial in the way that they transmit energy, so if these are cut out of all different types of stone, makes them a bit softer, a bit easier to be with, so to speak. And there's lots of different spheres, rose quartz, we've got Lemurian seed crystal cut into spheres, which are amazing just due to their being cut from these very sought-after healing crystals. And of course, amethyst and rose quartz are always very good general healing stones. And then here we come to the more hands-on pieces. There's been a lot of, let's say, a lot of creativity and a lot of more stones available in these type of wands, which can be used for acupressure, massage, and reflexology. And they're just a very amazing way to be able to work with a lot of different types of stones for hands-on, body work or energy work. So this is a bit of a perspective on crystal healing from us here at Points of Light, and you can see more at pointsoflight.net.